Hey there, Maniacs. Chad from the Jumpmen podcast here with my top 5 mirror matches of all time. Now, what is a mirror match? Well, let me tell you with my number 5 pick, Mortal Kombat. Now, this was the game that originated the mirror match. Alright, you're in a fighting tournament, and not only do you have to defeat every other insane fighter there is, but in order to get to the final boss, you have to beat yourself. That's right, it's a very philosophical battle, you know. Can you defeat yourself? Can you come to grips with someone who has all your strengths, all of your weaknesses? You know, that's what a mirror match is. It's when you are fighting yourself, or you're fighting somebody who looks exactly the same as yourself. Now, my number 4 pick has to be from the original Prince of Persia on the DOS system on the old PCs. If you've played Prince of Persia, I think around like level 5 or 6, you basically have to progress through this giant magic mirror, and as soon as you leap through, what looks like your shadow, like Peter Pan's shadow, comes flying to the other side. And your shadow is a pretty evil guy. He tries to sabotage your plans to get out of the dungeon and save the princess. But at one point, you finally get to face your shadow, which is pretty great. But not only does he have all your moves, but he mimics every single thing that you do. So every time that you strike, he strikes. And if you hit your shadow, he hits you. So you can actually do damage to yourself, and you can die at this point. The only way to beat your shadow is by putting your sword away. He puts his sword away. And then walking forward and embracing your own shadow, your own dark half. And that's just the coolest. Okay. My number 3 mirror match of all time has to be the Doppelganger from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, I know, there are plenty of doppelgangers in video games. I mean, it's such a cool trope. You have, like, Devil May Cry, Tomb Raider, yeah, but Castlevania Symphony of the Night is so unexpected. There's this evil phantom creature that takes your shape and at the same time has all of your powers and uses them super cheaply against you. You know, there's no original powers, it just has everything that could be in your arsenal up to that point, and the only way to defeat them is by leveling up like crazy, finding some better armor, just basically outclassing and outlasting, or out-cheapening. When somebody brings cheapness to a fight, when somebody fights dirty, you go dirtier. And that's, as my daddy taught me, that's how you win a cheap fight. You go for the eyeballs. Anyway. My number 2 mirror match of all time, the end of Double Dragon. That's right. In the American version, once you finish off the final boss, the girlfriend that you tried the whole entire game to save says, "Bimmy, Jimmy, you must fight to the death. There can be only one." And if you're playing 2-player, you have to kill each other. There can only be one person who wins Double Dragon. It's either you or your friend who survived co-op all the way to the end. And that's just the coolest. I mean, who would have thunk? You're playing co-op with somebody and now one of you has to die. And, in the Japanese version, there's some kind of story justifying it, but it's like, what? I have to kill? Alright! And Bimmy and Jimmy have the exact same moveset. So it's a very interesting kind of a battle, thrown at you out of nowhere. And my number 1, a mirror match of all time. Wait for it. Yes. Sax. That's right, the SA-X, the evil X-Parasite final boss, sort of final boss, from Metroid... Oh, hell, it's escaping me. I was going to say, from Metroid Zero. No, it's from Metroid Fusion. Excuse me. Yeah, this character that you've been running away from the entire game, which is essentially an evil clone, an overpowered clone of Samus at her peak. Samus, with all of her powers... and with a freeze beam that hurts the current Samus, a freeze beam that if you're hit by it throughout the game, you're told, it'll totally screw you up and kill you. Because if you played Metroid Fusion, it's basically Samus gets fused with a Metroid, and so she's really prone to ice powers, and the evil clone has the ice beam, and if you run into her during the game, you have to run, because that character will kill you. So you finally get to fight Sax. The evil Samus X-Parasite. and it's super cheap. It's a tough battle. It's the second to last battle in the game, and you've been building up to it, and it's such a cool battle, and you really have to use strategy. There's no way you can go toe-to-toe, head-to-head with this character, because there's no leveling up. In Metroid, you can only, you can get certain power-ups, you can bring your character to a certain place, but every single person who plays the game has the exact same powers at that time, and you cannot go toe-to-toe with this character. They will destroy you, which is awesome for a final boss battle. Yeah, and so other overpowered clones, there's Dark Samus, from the Metroid Prime series, Axel Gear from Rocket Knight, Evil Sonic, and Robo Sonic, and Metal Sonic from the original Sonic the Hedgehogs, and from Space Channel 5, the robot version of you, Evola, who can also dance. You have to outdance in a dance battle. I love it. But yeah, that's it. Sax is my #1 mirror match of all time, and basically because the entire game is leading up to that battle. It's not just a throwaway boss fight. It's not an out of nowhere, you have to kill your co-op player end of the game match. The entire game is leading to a mirror match, and when you finally do figure out how to kill Sax, it's such a great feeling. And that's what video games should be about, and that's what mirror matches should be about. Something that gives, a battle meaning, like fighting yourself. What does it mean? Well, Metro Fusion did a great job of saying, like, hey, here's some meaning to an entire game, when you're facing down yourself. And what Samus could become if she ever went evil, which is an unstoppable juggernaut. So, thanks so much for watching, Maniacs. This is a weekly vlog, and we also do audio podcasts on Tuesdays. Check us out at jumpmenpodcast.com or look us up on iTunes. Thanks.